found TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show. In just a few minutes, we'll be right with you with another award-winning, action-packed edition of your Tony Basilio Show. You found Radio Free Tennessee. Your Tony Basilio Show will begin momentarily. Keep it locked in right here at TonyBasilio.com and on your Tony Basilio app. And hey, do us a favor. Spread the word. Another award-winning, thought-provoking, action-packed edition of the Tony Basilio Show is coming up next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show. You found the Tony Basilio stream at TonyBasilio.com or on your smartphone or tablet. Another thrilling, chilling, and sometimes spilling edition of the Basilio Show is on the way next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340 WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Tony Basilio welcoming you to a Friday, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, as we're live today here at Calhoun's on the river. My name is Tony Basilio. This is our Friday festivities today out in front of tomorrow's home opener with ETSU. Bino Jeff Henderson is alongside. We're excited for the game tomorrow. We're excited to kick off another home schedule. And the captain of the Vols, Al Wilson, is going to be with us here in about an hour.
Wow.
And Bino, Jeff, it's good stuff, man. You got the remnants of the Vol Navy. A bunch of folks are already here. It's a beautiful day. And Mother Nature is going to put on a fireworks display, apparently, overnight tonight. So there you go.
Fantastic, Tony. It was real last week, but it's really real this week with the boats docked. And it's home schedule time.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And, the thing about this weekend, I am a total jinx, right? Yesterday on the air, I opined and noticed that we had a college football weekend in the summer last weekend.
I thought about that last time.
Without a weather delay, right? And what happens when we're watching the watching the
We go to
Eagles?
a delay.
I called my brother. I said, "How long?" He said, "Oh, it's bad." He said, "This thing's right over us. It's thunder, it's lightning." He said, "For once, it's actually a legitimate
delay."
I mean, you're not going to make those guys play out there in a thunderstorm.
No.
Of course, some of the people near the golf course where I live would go out and play football in it, but they also like to hold metal poles in it. So what can they say? Here we are, Bino. It's week 2. Mike Hugan is going to be with us here momentarily. Al Wilson next hour. We're also going to do our Amachi tailgate announcement, kickoff, announcement, kickoff for what game we're going to be doing for the kids this year. But you're going to be hard-pressed to give us a better weekend than what we had last weekend.
Oh, it's a fantastic start to college football, Tony. I just thought it was that extended Labor Day weekend was even better than usual. Fantastic.
And this Aguilar thing, Bino, I mean, could it be any more fun in your humble opinion, this Aguilar thing?
No, I said last week in hopes that I thought that we would come out of that game more encouraged about our offense than anyone thought, and that's the way I came out. I understand Syracuse isn't – they're not the Bears.
Yeah.
Monsters of the Midway, but still, that was an encouraging outing offensively from so many different standpoints.
It's going to be a fun college football season, here. My thing is, and I don't think any of us know, what the high end is for Tennessee. I do think, though, after you watched last week, they have a pretty high floor. Now, we don't know the ceiling, but the floor.
Yeah, I agree.
Floor's high.
I agree.
And a game tomorrow, when Hugie jumps in, a game tomorrow that we're all going to be looking at is Mississippi State, Arizona State, because it sets up the next real opportunity after Georgia. Of course, 1 week from today, this place is going to be lit with Georgia in town. Tennessee doing what they did with Syracuse last week gives them a real opportunity 8 days away in Neyland Stadium, a real opportunity to make some history.
Yeah, if you see tomorrow night that Mississippi State's made a big jump from last year, and they go out there and take care of business against Arizona State, then all of a sudden, the week after UAB, or a couple of weeks after UAB with the open date. No, I'm right. The week after UAB.
You're right, yeah.
Then you go to Starkville in something that could be much more challenging than people thought when the schedule first came out.
Oh, that'd be wild. If Mississippi State wins tomorrow night, that Mississippi State game down there is going to be wild. Wild. That'll be wild down there. So we've got a lot to get into. Very little time to get there. Mike Hugan is going to join, and we're going to do that on the other side. It is going to be an amazing time here. Again, the great Al Wilson is coming out to see us. Hugie Baby presented by our friends at Gufan Moving and Storage. On the other side, and I want to remind you, tomorrow when the show's over, we're live with you. It's a Garza Law 5th Quarter fan reaction over at tclub.team and on our socials and YouTube and all that good stuff. But in the meantime, let's get a brief timeout in, and we'll get Mike Hugan in the hunt and in the mix. Al Wilson coming up in hour number 2 live here at Calhoun's on the River. Get out, celebrate the weekend with us as we continue with more after this.
Are you searching for a great local coffee? I'm Billy with Grade A Grounds. You can buy our freshly roasted coffee online and support a good cause with every sip. Great coffee, greater causes. Visit our website today, gradeagrounds.com.
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. When it's time for your next move, you want to get your precious belongings from point A to point B with your peace of mind intact. That's why you need to call my friends at Gufan Moving and Storage, East Tennessee's moving legend. Gufan Moving and Storage has been helping East Tennesseans move since 1887. That's 138 years, 5 generations. That's even longer than the Dooley, Jones, and Pruitt era combined. Gufan Moving and Storage are pro movers, serving Knoxville, surrounding areas, and interstate moves too, both residential and commercial. And we'll provide you with personalized service that other corporate movers simply cannot. We know how to move all types of items. We pay careful attention to our clients' valuables. Your satisfaction as a customer is our absolute priority. As the oldest continually owned and operated family moving business in the United States, when it's time for your next move, it's Gufan Moving and Storage. And storage, it's secure and vaulted. Our newest offering of commercial storage logistics, we offer receiving, storage, and delivery services for all your business logistic needs. See more at Gufan.com. That's Gufan.com. Or check out the link at tclub.team. When it's time for your next move, East Tennessee's moving legend, Gufan Moving and Storage.
Why limit great savings to just one weekend? This year, our Labor Day special lasts all month long. It's the September Smart Comfort event from Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. This month only, enjoy valuable home comfort upgrades at no extra cost when you install a new HVAC system or water heater to prepare your home for the colder months ahead. This September, you can get a free furnace upgrade with qualifying HVAC system installation or free sediment filter with water heater installation. Pipe Wrench is your partner for energy-efficient and cost-effective upgrades that keep your family comfortable and safe year-round. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. No rush, no stress, just smart seasonal savings for HVAC or water heater installations until the end of September. Call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Life never stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, From the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires, just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776. Or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
TB back with you as we welcome you back. Fired up, focused, and prepared. We're excited to be with you. The great Mike Hugan will now join us on the program. He is presented, ladies and gentlemen, by our friends at Guffan Moving and Storage. Shout out to Tom Guffan. We're live today here on the river. Calhoun's on the river. The great, and I do mean the great Al Wilson, will be here in roughly 50 minutes or so. We're greatly looking forward to that. But in the meantime, and he's a Tennessee legend, Guffan Moving and Storage is a Tennessee legend. I'm talking about the oldest continually owned company of their type, moving and storage company, 138 years it's been in their family. That is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And they've stood the test of time, and they're going to take incredible care of you. And Mike Hugan, and we've kind of stood the test of time, bro. We've been breaking it down scientifically for about 30 football seasons now. And this week, too, after week one, I don't know, man. I don't know what to make of the schedule makers in college football, but any college football is better than no college football, but wow, it's a pretty paltry slate here, Hugie, isn't it?
Yeah, I think if last week on paper going in was an A+, this is barely a C, which means, of course, there's going to be some phenomenal games because it always seems to work that way. But I think the best game is either Michigan, Oklahoma, or Iowa State. And, neither one of those is like, oh, my God, I got to watch that game, whereas last week had, 4 or 5 of those. But I think that history has shown that weeks in which you don't think things look exciting or good end up being a lot better than expected. So hopefully that'll be the case tomorrow.
It is the nature of the sport. One low-key banger we've been talking about this week that I believe is going to be a pretty interesting game tomorrow is Mississippi State hosting Arizona State. I believe, Hugie, that Mississippi State's got a puncher's chance in that game, and I think it's an interesting football game played at State. Last year, Arizona State used that victory to catapult themselves into a very, very good season that we all know, and where their year ended up in the postseason. So it's an opportunity for Mississippi State tomorrow. Why not? Like kind of a free scratch,
I just don't think Mississippi State's very good. And I think Arizona State is quite good. And, I know people last year were at the end of the season when Arizona State made the playoffs. So like, oh, my God, there's an Arizona State team that barely beat the worst team in the SEC. Well, that's true. It was also game 2 for a team that had 18 transfer starters. So they were still finding their way. I don't think they need to find their way this year. The running game is a lot less because Scadabo's gone, but Jordan Tyson is a beast at wide receiver. Levitt's a really good quarterback. They got good lines. I just think, and they got more explosive players in Mississippi State. I just don't think Mississippi State's very good, And I truly wonder if Jeff Lebby, I don't think he's the answer there. The question is, does he last 3 or 4 years, or do they bite the bullet and get rid of him after 2? Because I really think Mississippi State is the worst team in the league.
How about that, Bino? He's hard selling Mississippi State tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see with Tennessee going down there in several weeks, as we've talked about. So we'll see if there's anything for real about Mississippi State.
And Hugie thinks they suck. I don't know.
It's week 2. Who knows what's going to happen? I do know Mississippi State last week took a while to get going against Southern Miss, and that to me is an alarming sign because Southern Miss has a totally new team as well as a totally new coaching staff, and they're not very good, and they hung with Mississippi State for a while.
You're making them sound like North Carolina, Hugie.
Oh, my God, that was – I have to admit that if you're not a Bill Belichick – I was joking with a friend while the game was going on. We were texting back and forth. I'm like – when the TCU player scored on the first play of the second half, I'm like, TVs are turned off everywhere. And then I'm thinking, you know something? If you don't like Belichick, no, you're watching this and you're reveling in the fact that his team got just obliterated. The line play was brutal. They paid a lot of money for Gio Lopez, and you're like, that was not smart. And Freddie Kitchens is the play caller. His son is the defensive coordinator. Another son is the secondary coach. They got a lot of first-time assistants. They looked ill-prepared. The first 2 minutes were fine. The last 2 minutes were fine when the Johnson brothers connected for the TD pass. It was the other 56 in which North Carolina looked poorly prepared and poorly coached. And if you don't like Belichick, again, you were reveling in the fact that his team looked inept.
Hey, Bino, the hate watching, is going on with Belichick, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, all kinds of hate. And then the girlfriend and, and the whole thing. And Michael Jordan up there and, and seeing all the glamour. I tell you what, all the glamorous people are not going to be in the box next time North Carolina. Well, when next time they play a real game, I'm not sure if Charlotte tomorrow constitutes a real football game, but go ahead, Beanstar. What do you have? What do you like on the card here that we want to talk about?
Mike, every week there seems to be what I call a dog with fleas. It's an underdog that everyone seems to love around here because of the connection, his former connection with Tennessee. Alec Golish takes South Florida down to play Florida. And everyone loves South Florida here. What's your thoughts on that
South
game?
Florida's they opened the season with the beatdown of Boise State. They got a lot of team speed. Byron Brown is a solid quarterback. Their offensive line in particular is a little bit shaky, and Florida thinks it will be able to dominate the line of scrimmage on defense. But there's also the Napier factor. I don't know what to expect from the Florida offense. I think Florida's favored by 15.5 or 13.5. I know it's basically
it's
17 touchdown margin.
Like 17.5.
Yeah, 17.5
now. Okay, so it's gone up. Florida should win by that margin, but because Napier's the coach, they might not. Florida opened with Long Island. You expect a lot of deep passes. They didn't throw anything deep. They threw a lot of sideline-to-sideline passes, a lot of east-west rather than north-south. Now, was that because they wanted to be vanilla, or was that because Lagway's arm isn't 100%? As to the vanilla aspect, I don't think Napier knows the difference between vanilla and exciting. I think his offense is vanilla. So I don't know what to expect. Florida, I think, wins, but the margin seems high unless Florida was sort of playing coy last week. But again, I don't think that Napier can play coy.
The great Mike Hugan joining on your program. All right, Hugie, your mover of the week presented by our friends at Gufon Moving and Storage. And by the way, I want to remind you that they're online at Gufon.com. and they have an opportunity for you. Check this out. When I say storage, I'm talking about secure, vaulted storage, newest offering of commercial storage logistics, receiving, storage, delivery services for all your business logistics. And so who's our mover of the week, Hugie? Is it Joey
from last
football?
week, it's got to be Florida State. I mean, they were so bad last year. You cannot overstate how pitiful they were along both lines. I mean, they were beyond pitiful up front on both sides of the ball. Well, last Saturday, they pushed Alabama around on both sides of the ball. Now, I don't know if that's like more shocking, oh my God, Florida State's awesome again, or if, oh my God, Alabama is pitiful. And obviously we're going to find that out more, but Florida State, that was not a fluke. They dominated the game. They ran all over Alabama. Thomas Castellanos was not impressive as a passer. Didn't matter. And it was like Alabama did not think that Castellanos was going to run. And
That's right.
I was puzzled by the game plan of Alabama's defense. I think they really missed Jam Miller, the running back, which is a damning indictment of the running back core, because that guy he's adequate, but they looked lost without him. Ryan Williams continues to be the most overrated receiver in the country. And the Alabama offensive line as a whole needs to lose about 150 pounds. Those guys are big and sloppy fat, not big
There's little
and
doubt.
super strong.
Yep.
The defensive front, Keenan is really good. They missed him. Problem with that is the guy who started in his place is now out for the season. So they shouldn't need Keenan for this week's game against Louisiana Monroe, but going forward, Alabama's defensive front, you sort of wonder about how physical they are. That the problem last year, they were a little bit soft, and FSU showed them to be tissue soft last Saturday.
Hey, guys. Hey, what Bama did in that display, Bino, everybody that plays them now that penned in a loss has hope.
All of a sudden,
Tennessee
right.
now,
That is still a really
Tennessee
good
has
roster.
hope.
I don't think it's as good as I thought it was, as a lot of people thought it was. I think that they've lost, over their last 8 games, they're 500. That was DeBoer's coached 14 games there. He's lost 4 times to unranked teams. Saban coached, 13 years there, 17 years? I don't remember. Lost 4 times in his career to unranked teams. So DeBoer is on the hot seat. You're already hearing talk about, what would it take to buy him out? It's at least $60 million, probably closer to 70. But the idea that we're 14 games into DeBoer's tenure and people are already talking about buyout, I think says something.
Mike, let's move on to what's probably, I think, the biggest game of the weekend, Oklahoma-Michigan. Your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I think that, Michigan prides itself on being super physical on both sides of the ball. Last year, they weren't very physical up front offensively. They really struggled to run. Bryce Underwood played well in his first game. I think Oklahoma's going to be a little bit tougher on him. Oklahoma's got 3 starting defensive linemen back. They also have one of the best pass rushing ends in the country, and R. Mason Thomas. Solid linebacking group, a pretty good secondary. Offensively, Mateer looked really good last week, put up good numbers. They only scored 35 points. And I say only 35 because they played an FCS team. Michigan's defense will be, obviously, a much tougher test. But at the same time, think about, Brent Venables might not be a good head coach, but he really is a legitimately high-level defensive mind. Okay, Bryce Underwood making his second ever college start at Oklahoma in a night game. If Oklahoma, I expect Venables and his defensive staff to basically sell out to stop the run and then throw blitz packages that Bryce Underwood never has even dreamed of seeing at a true freshman quarterback making his second start. But to me, this game totally comes down to Oklahoma's run defense. Because if they can force Michigan to throw the ball, they're going to win. It might be an ugly, low-scoring game, but they're going to win. Because I don't think that Bryce Underwood can deal with a Brent Venables pass rush on must-throw downs. So the interior of the Oklahoma defensive front needs to bow up, because everybody knows Michigan loves to run the ball between the tackles. So let's see if they can do that. I think Mateer can do some things with his legs. I think Oklahoma has enough offense, assuming they can stop the Michigan rushing attack. And if you're one of those folks who likes to crow about how great the SEC is annually, I'll put it this: if Oklahoma were to lose this game, that's not a good look for the SEC. I know Oklahoma isn't considered one of the top 5 teams in the league, but I think if you're Oklahoma, you should win this game playing at home against a true freshman quarterback.
Bino, who you like in that game?
I like Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Just for the reasons Mike said, just bringing a freshman quarterback into that type of environment, I think it's going to be that's a tough start.
Hey, Hughie, I think, in my mind, when you think about playing on the road, even like next week, this quarterback from Georgia has never experienced that. And in Neyland Stadium next week, that crowd will be oiled up. It's a very, very tough thing to win these signature games on the road, either in the league or the non-league, because really, at the end of the day, that Ohio State-Texas game, for instance, last week, Arch Manning, I mean, I don't want to say he blinked in that spot, but the fact that thing was up at Ohio State.
He closed his eyes. I mean, he blinked a lot and closed his eyes. I mean, that was, I think the moment was too big for him. And you mentioned, Gunnar Stockton last week, they played Marshall. And you heard a lot about, Marshall's the defending Conference USA champ. They were a good team last year. They won double digits. Yeah, and then 60 guys left and the coaching staff. That's a bad Marshall team that Georgia beat up on. This week, Georgia gets Austin Peay. So at home again, so Gunnar Stockton is going to play against another nobody. So you're right. I mean, it might be different if the Georgia-Tennessee game were week 11 and Stockton had actually played in a tough stadium. That would be his 4th game in a tough stadium. Well, next week, when he plays in Knoxville, it will be his first
It's going to be awesome.
in a tough stadium.
Yeah. And
that kind of thing does matter.
Yeah. You don't know. You don't know what you have, Hughie, under center. Bino, you don't know what you have till you walk into an environment like this. Hey, last year, Tennessee thought they had a superstar quarterback till they went on the road to Oklahoma, and then the rest of the year they warped down their offense. And they knew it. They knew it. You don't know, Bino, what you have till next week with Georgia.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Mike, regardless of the outcome, when you got LSU going to Clemson, you've got Texas going to Ohio State, you got Michigan going to Oklahoma. That's such a good thing for college football.
Yeah, and Michigan and Oklahoma aren't elite, but they are huge brand names. And that's why I think it's important that a huge brand name SEC team beats a huge brand name Big Ten team. And Michigan did win the national title 2 years ago. Tainted title, but they still won it. The Sharon Moore factor, he's suspended for 2 games, but it's games 3 and 4. So he gets to coach in game 2, and then he misses the next 2 weeks, and he's back for game 5, which is one of the more bizarre suspensions I've ever seen. But it's and you mentioned Arch Manning. He plays against Louisiana Monroe. No, it's not. Who's he playing against this week? Hold on one second.
It's a hoopty. It's a rummy.
I think it's important for him to bounce back and look adequate at the least, because if he struggles again this week, I think all of a sudden Texas fans start going, why in the world were we preseason number 1? So that's an interesting aspect. And, the big early season games, when you lose a big early season game, it hurts, but there's still a lot of time left to bounce back. But if in week 2, if Arch Manning struggles again, I think Texas is maybe in a little bit more trouble than people thought.
And plus, they don't really have a lot of these teams don't have backup quarterbacks now because the
frontline
guy
is
so
money.
expensive.
Right.
Yeah, that's so let's go back here. I'm real curious to see how Nico performs tomorrow and that club he has with UNLV. Now, UNLV's defense was awful. Or what would you call it, Hugie, the first week of the year in week 0?
Rancid.
How, Bino, what do you guys think of this UNLV-UCLA game? You first, Hugie. And then, Bino, will you be looking at it, or is Nico's deal becoming almost insignificant to us? That's one thing I want to ask Bino. But go ahead, Hugie. Give me a breakdown of that one.
Well, I don't know how good UCLA is. Nico looked bad last week. Utah, though, I don't think anybody was shocked that Utah won, maybe the margin. And Utah's offense looked miles better than they did last year. That's what happens when you have a quarterback who understands how to play offense. And it's Devin Dampier, who transferred from New Mexico, along with the New Mexico offensive coordinator. So those guys have worked together, and I think you saw them. It was rather seamless. The same deal happened in Oklahoma. The OC brought along his quarterback. But Utah was expected to whip them up front. They did. Nico really has no weapons. And that was always the weird thing to me, that his family evidently, or supposedly rather, was bemoaning the lack of weapons at Tennessee. But the lack of weapons at UCLA, I mean, it's to put it in a war terms, it would be the United States going against Chad. That's the weapon difference. And the UNLV defense is pitiful. You expect UCLA to score in at least the high 20s or low 30s, but I don't know how good their defense is. UNLV is already 2-0. They haven't looked all that impressive. They're playing at home. There should be a pretty nice sized crowd. It's a national TV game, I believe. No, it's on CBS Sports Net, so that's really not national TV. But I mean, it's a big game for UNLV. It's a big game for Dan Mullen. It's a big game for the Mountain West because UCLA is not good, but it's a Big Ten school. So there's a lot of interesting subplots in that game. I think that UNLV wins.
Wow. Bino, if UNLV wins that game, Nico made a mistake anyway. But, man, that's officially a mistake. Because I'm going to tell you something. UNLV beats UCLA tomorrow night. UCLA is going to win 3 football games this year. That's what's getting ready to happen to them. They better win that game tomorrow night if they want to have a decent season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the fact they roll in there only a 2.5-point favorite tells you all you need to know about where UCLA's program is.
Bino, will you watch that, or do you think that the whole Nico thing has lost some steam in light of how bad they looked in week 1? And he's a sympathetic figure now. I feel sorry for that kid. Like Hugie just said, what that kid's father did to him is a disgrace. It's disgraceful, Bino.
Yeah, I'm trying to look to see what's on around it, Tony.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, Michigan's at the same time.
Well.
And Arizona State, Mississippi State.
No, we won't even look at it. I won't look
at it. I won't be watching the clap and pause offense.
The what is it?
Clap and pause.
Tell Hugie what you noticed about him watching the huddle.
Hugie, I didn't realize this as much when he played here, and I know this is not fair because everybody does it. But, I mean, I watched him, and it just so grates on me. He goes up there and then looks to the sideline, and then looks to the sideline. And, I mean, run the damn play. Do something.
Beto.
But you talked earlier about Belichick, hate watch. I got to think that Tennessee fans are, loving life in terms of Nico doing the face plant. Yeah. So I think that's human nature as a fan. Maybe as a person you feel sorry for him, but I think as a fan you're loving every minute. You left my school to play for that school. You deserve every bad thing that comes your way.
You know what's crazy, Hugie? And we couldn't believe it in our Garza Law postgame show last week. We'll be on tomorrow after the ETSU game. But the crazy thing is that Tennessee essentially traded quarterbacks. They stole a guy off Tennessee's roster, and we got a guy they cut. That's how that worked.
Yeah.
The guy we got is a better fit for this offense than the guy they paid all the money to. I mean, that makes no sense, Hugie.
No, Aguilar looked good last week, and he'll look good this week because obviously ETSU is not going to put up much of a fight. But he looked the thing that struck me, he looked very comfortable in the offense in game one. And now Syracuse obviously lost a lot of talent from last year, but he made plays, and that's what you want from your starting quarterback. If a play is there to be made against whatever defense you're playing against, make sure it's made, and Aguilar did that last week. So, and I'll be honest, I don't think that was always the case last year with Nico. I think Aguilar looked very comfortable in the offense. Again, when the play was there to be made, he made it. Were there some hiccups? Of course, it's game one, and he didn't go through spring. So, the growing pains. But I think this week, I got to think that he'll play, I don't know, maybe you play him 3 quarters because he does need reps in this offense, even though it's going to be a blowout. But I think the comfort level in game one was impressive to see from Aguilar.
Bino, what do you do? Because we're going to pivot once Hugie jumps off. Are you going to play him, basically let him ride tomorrow because he needs the reps, like Hugie's saying, or are you going to get him off the field in light of the fact that I've got Georgia coming up, I got Mississippi State coming up, etc.?
I think you want him to get as many game reps in this offense as possible. I think you're going to play him 3 quarters in all likelihood.
Okay. It'll be interesting to see. And the other thing that'll be interesting to see tomorrow is, do they limit his running and really work on their passing game?
That's the one thing I would expect to happen. I think that him throwing the ball in the third quarter, fine, because I don't think ETSU is going to have a pass rush that puts any pressure on him. But anytime a quarterback runs, he's susceptible to a weird hit. It's like, Florida State in 2023, Jordan Travis running against North Alabama.
That's right.
And he gets hurt, and the season's over. So you don't want to get your quarterback hurt against ETSU running the ball. I think, does he run a few times when the pocket breaks down or a play breaks down? Maybe so. But I can't imagine any called runs because I think you want to see him continue to get the reps in the passing game, develop some more timing in the passing.
One thing I saw, Hugie, that he's definitely going to have to do that he's not accustomed to doing, he's got to slide at the end of his runs in the SEC.
And that's one thing last night I saw. Jalen Hurts is a good runner, but he definitely slides. And I think that every quarterback, you can look at Jalen Hurts, who is a really good runner as a quarterback in the NFL, does not take unnecessary hits. And that's what every quarterback needs to do. I don't care what level you're on. Don't take unnecessary hits. Sliding, discretion is the better part of valor, as my grandmother used to say. So, can you get an extra yard? Maybe so, but don't risk it for a hit. Just get down.
Hey, Hugie, on the way out, by the way, you mentioned the NFL game last night, which I haven't said a word about, but I do want to congratulate the Cowboys on covering the spread last night. Y'all are getting there.
That was a good game until the delay.
Very good game.
I think the delay threw off both teams a little bit, but that was a phenomenal first half.
It was great, really entertaining. And Cowboy fans, you've taken the next step. You might be looking at, I don't know, an 8-9 year, something like that. Hugie, anything else on the card calling your name?
Yeah, there's 3 games at 3:30. Kansas at Missouri. How good is Missouri? I don't know. How good is Kansas? That would be an interesting game. Plus, it's a rebirth of an extremely nasty rivalry. Ole Miss at Kentucky. Kentucky beat Ole Miss last year in Oxford, which was one of the reasons Ole Miss was left complaining in December. And there's also Oklahoma State, Oregon. You have the Mike Gundy, Dan Lanning war of words. I think if Dan Lanning gets a chance to score 60, he will do it because I think he's ticked off at Gundy.
Gundy was talking about how they basically have bought all the players.
Right, he made a big deal. They spent like $30 million last year. We've spent $7 million total over the last 3 years. Well, no offense there, Mr. Gundy, but maybe you should be trying to spend more because you finished last in the Big 12 last year, buddy. And then Lanning's like, we pay to win. And
Gundy's always been a total crybaby.
Find excuses. So
he's
I
always
think
been a
he took
crybaby.
Personally.
Did that Boone Pickens run out of money or what?
He passed away.
I think he died.
Oh, he died.
So, you know.
Well,
hey, here's the thing, though, Beanstar. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about –
that'll do it.
My winners and losers guys last night said, because they hearken this back to the Colorado game, when Dan Lanning circles you, he circles you, and then he puts one of those X
Busters
things, like
in
when
there?
like when you're getting ready to eliminate somebody.
Cowboy Buster.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, Hughie's right about that. They might walk out there tomorrow in their building and mean business against those guys.
Wow.
That speech he gave that day they played Deion Sanders when he said, they're about clicks and we're about hits. That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen, Hughie. And then they went out there and just ripped them apart.
Exactly. So, again, we're talking about there's 3 games at 3:30 that are, hey, I'm going to watch some of that. So the weekend as a whole doesn't look good, but it's going to end up being better than it is.
It always
maybe
does.
there's a big
football.
upset, but there are some intriguing games tomorrow. And Oklahoma-Michigan is at the top of the list.
Hughie, you're my man. It's college football. It always delivers. And much love to you, my man.
All right,
Great talking to you.
Thanks.
Thank you, brother. Speaking of that Eagle game last night, Bino, you don't think that Jalen Carter's a brain donor, do you? Out of Georgia.
Goodness gracious.
How would you like to sign a guy like that to one of those multi-million-dollar deals and have your job to keep wheels on a guy like that?
No.
Huh?
No.
Speaking of keeping the wheels on, when we come back on the other side, here's a question for you. Is tomorrow the day to reintroduce Boo Carter? Now, they made their point with Boo Carter last week. To me, if you're going to do what you did last week with him, you should have suspended him. Should have had a line of demarcation. And then, because here, really, it's a twofold thing. From what I'm hearing, Ricky Gibson is not going to play for a long time. I'm talking about it might be the year, okay? So you're going to have to move some pieces around. You're already thin there, absent of the All-American. So now you're down, like Matt Dixon said yesterday, 2 corners. You can create some flexibility with your star nickel, who played well, by the way, last week. But you can plug Carter in there. But the question becomes, well, here's my question for you when we come back. Do you feature him tomorrow? Do I play him on offense? These are all the questions. Do I play him on offense? Do I feature him? Do I give Georgia something to think about for the Georgia game? Plus, if I put him on offense tomorrow, I'm taking pressure off my quarterback, which is something, right? We come back on the other side. And then Al Wilson's going to join us. We'll talk about the Carter thing and what we do. Al Wilson is going to join coming up here in about 20 minutes. He's going to be live here with us. The legend live in the house. We've got a great crowd already here. Get out and come see us. Eat some lunch, talk some sports, hang out with us because this is a legendary place creating great memories. I love Calhoun's on the river. It doesn't matter how we're feeling. Bino and I have talked about this. When you're driving in, you can be a little down. You can be a little hurting, whatever it is. When you get here and you get among this energy and you get among these fans and you get fired up, focused, and prepared, you're ready to roll. So I love the fact that each and every one of you are here today. You've pumped me up, and all over the world as we continue with more right after this.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted Grade A Grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the Volunteer State by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. filtered 10 times, and 80 proof. T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka. Distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly. Basilio here. No one does it like Alumni Hall. I'm here to tell you, living ball fan, only one place. That's the best place to shop for Tennessee gear, and that's Alumni Hall. The best and largest selection of Tennessee apparel for the whole family. Top brands like Nike and Champion, Columbia, Peter Millar. Load up on hats, accessories, Yeti, all your tailgating necessities. Download the Alumni Hall app, click account, and it'll tell you how much Hall cash you've earned. You earn $10 in rewards for every $150 you spend. Alumni Hall, with physical locations in Murfreesboro, Bristol, and 3 locations in Knoxville, now open in Johnson City. Pop into Alumni Hall and get ready and tell them Tony B sent you.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm gonna hop online and I'm gonna get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our gold bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-46 4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to Budget.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morse here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama ZZ approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Bino, what are we doing with Boo Carter tomorrow, in your humble opinion, as we're live at Calhoun's on the river? Making it happen with you, the great Al Wilson, in hour number 2. I bow thy head before he gets here, because I think he's football personified. If you took a person and said, describe football to me, I'd point you right to Al Wilson. I'd say that's football. Bino, what are we doing tomorrow, if anything, with Boo Carter?
I think we see pretty much a full reinstatement of Boo tomorrow.
Yep.
As far as a defensive and special teams player.
Michael, let him play offense, Bino?
I don't know that. That I don't know. But I do think that we'll see him pretty much playing the role that he played last year tomorrow.
Would you let him play offense tomorrow, Bino?
I mean, if he's gotten any reps whatsoever on that side of the football, yes. If not, no.
Why wouldn't you do it just to give Georgia something to think about, something to consider, and then you could put him in the Georgia game and use him as a decoy for something? I mean, I would think about that.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's a thought.
Here's my thing about guys like him, and I've said this before, but if I'm going to make a deal and keep you on my roster, I've got to use you when I get in the league play. Otherwise, what's the point?
I'm sure their thought all along when they salvaged him was that by league play he was going to be fully reinstated. I don't think there's any doubt that against Georgia he's going to be a major part of that game.
We're going to bring a man on now who last year crossed the diamond with the pearl right here. It was roughly a year ago. The man grabbed the microphone here. The man brought his own music with him. The man is a beat tactician. The man is what I would call the poet laureate of East Tennessee right now. Let's bring Rapper Andy in here without further ado. Rapper Andy, welcome in.
Y'all great.
Brother, are you coming back? Are you doing it again? Are you doing it again for the Oklahoma game? Are we going to do a repeat? Could you work us up something to the Tennessee Tornado once again?
I mean, I've got a track I'm releasing this Saturday. Probably going to release it probably about 1:30. So I usually do it, right around the ball walk time. So I'm excited about this track. I held back a little bit because everybody's like, man, you can't diss ETSU. I'm like, yes, I know. So, I mean, there's a little bit in there, but it's not going to be like Georgia's track is. Georgia's is going to be, it's all gas, no brakes, so. But it's been fun, like when I went to Atlanta last week, people was like, want to take pictures and talk. And
that's right. That's right.
offer me food
You
and
enjoy your
drink. And,
celebrity.
it's just so much fun. Like, people don't realize
Hey.
how much I truly enjoy it, but how much I appreciate it even more.
What I like
Vol
about
parents,
you, Andy, what I like about you is you got your haters, right? And that's okay.
Dude, I got a lot of those.
I know, but listen. You don't let it bother you. Me and Bino, when we watched you, we were watching an artist at work last year, man. I mean, when you broke it down scientifically, and then there were a couple guys, I don't know if you heard our Garza Law fifth quarter fan reaction. They were coming back from the Oklahoma game. They did the Tennessee tornado. They listened back to that thing like 4 or 5 times, and they were spitting the lyrics back to us, man.
Yeah. Well, Saturday, a couple of them asked me how it got started. I said, I had thrown a pitch idea because I've always been close to a lot of the players and stuff. I love going down to Gate 21 and talking to them and, just getting to know them and stuff. Well, the Vol parents, they love talking to me as well. And I shot them an idea, and they was like,
"Yep,
that would be awesome." And so that's how it got started. They love it. So, and the Vol parents absolutely tell me they greatly appreciate it. Lydia Aguilar, I had told her, I was like, I hope you enjoy this track. That was the first one I did in Atlanta. And she's like, that's great. And so, it's things like that makes me continue, what I'm doing. And people don't understand it, but, they love it.
I understand it. Tell me this, because I'm a labor of love. Tell me this, Andy. When you watch Joey football right now, okay, tell me what was going through your mind last week as you saw him acclimate the way he did, as quickly as he did last week.
He's built like a tank, and he emptied the tank just like the lyrics that I had released last week. He absolutely emptied the tank. And I love the kid's just the personality, his demeanor, like he's calm, collected, and I'm really excited about the kid. I think I couldn't put no prediction on this year, and people's like, why not? Like, why not? And I'm like, look, there's so many unknowns. But, more you listen to, like, the Rewind with Mike Keith and Britt Hubbs and them, and they talk about how much depth. I feel really good about this year.
Andy, I'm living in my hopes, not my fears, to quote the great Philip Fulmer. So with that in mind, I'd like you to bust me one here on the way out. Why don't you go ahead and give us one? I want something off the top of your head, whatever comes to mind, because let's face it, Andy. You're coming down here for that Oklahoma game. The Tennessee tornado will be felt with the Oklahoma fans here. It's going to be unbelievable, Andy. It'll be unbelievable.
Well, I think that track will be somewhat similar, but it can't be the same. But I'm going to make it 3 times better than what last year's was.
Well, let me lay this on you. Sammy in the back row right now wants something. He wants you to give him something right now to take with him. Sammy in the back row wants you to give him something. Andy, go for it.
All right. Ball fans, we ready to ball. Ball fans, we ready Saturday. You know what? Joey Aguilar, he's going to have a real good day. Yeah, we in Neyland with the first year. That's right. We a big volunteer. ETSU, we sorry it had to be you. That's right. Tennessee about to bust loose on you on the clock. You know what? It's getting taken to school. Joey Aguilar, he's going to make him look like a fool.
Andy, you're the man. Thank you, brother. Go Vols, man. Enjoy yourself. That's art, y'all. 865-200-5402. Beanstar, these ETSU games, we celebrated ETSU earlier in the week. David Blackburn here, the beauty of everything that's gone on. It's really, really great to see Blackburn I say if you're going to play these games, let's share the money with people like that.
Yeah, I thought it was I was so happy to hear David back on the air with you, Tony, and it's a great interview, and glad that David's landed there, and glad that program has some positive momentum.
It's unbelievable, Andy. Incredible job by Andy. It was unbelievable, Andy Mack.
I think, yeah. I think that gives new meaning to unbelievable, Andy.
865-200-5402 is the number if you want to join. But, one thing I'll never forget last year, because there are people out here that, are here for the show. And then there are people out here that just kind of are here to eat,
Yeah.
When rapper Andy grabbed that mic last year and the uninitiated saw him and they heard what was coming out of that speaker right there, I mean, that was some freaking art. I'm not going to lie to you. It was a moment to behold, man. What I call a signature moment here. Like when the great Al Wilson joins. What else do we need to accomplish tomorrow, Bino? What else has to be accomplished tomorrow in your mind? By the way, Brian and Briney, let's keep it live, legal, and local. Hit it, Bri.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
All right, let's without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring some royalty in here. Ladies and gentlemen, I bow thy head when I say thy name because the man looks incredible. Al Wilson, man, you look
Well, I appreciate it.
You look unbelievable.
Thank you, brother. Looks can be deceiving, though.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Al Wilson is with us here live today.
Thank you.
Calhoun's on the river. Al, you and I were talking. Where are you living these days?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, okay.
Yep.
And you and I were talking the other day about how special this place is.
Right.
Right? When you come back here, how does it feel? Everything you guys accomplished.
Feels like home. I mean, it feels like home. It feels like this is where I should be. This is where I'm supposed to be. I'm a Tennessee guy, so it just makes sense. It feels like it's supposed to.
Where do I get one of these Al Wilson hard-hitting T-shirts, man? Where do I get one of those?
I'm working on that now, but hard.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. You look great, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. You can definitely go to hardhittingtee.com, and we have some merch on there, and as well as making sure you get the locations where you can get the tee.
Yeah, I'm in the radio though. I don't pay for anything.
Hey, I understand that. But I brought you some. So you're good to go.
Tell us a little bit about it.
So it's first of all, I found something I was passionate about again, and I was always told you'll never find anything you're more passionate about than football. So I found something that's gotten very close. So I'm excited about it. Brewed right in Sevierville, Tennessee, and it's a hard tea. Al Wilson's hard-hitting tea, 6.5% alcohol. And what we do is if you taste anything that's on the market, most of the other hard teas are malt-based. And we use a premium wine as our base and a high-grade black tea. So we chose quality over quantity, rather. And we wanted to make sure we gave the consumer and the fans something that they could really appreciate and something they love to drink. And it just tastes good. It's a real grandma's type of recipe, but not as sweet, but just a smooth blend and perfect flavor.
Hey, Al, we'll get back to that momentarily, but, this football thing now, you and I were talking the other day, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, watching games last week, the announcers go, well, this guy started here, and then he ended up over there, and then how about what Tennessee did with that quarterback in 100 days to go out there and look as cohesive? That was very impressive.
It was impressive. And like you said, we talked about that, and he looked like he had been in the system for a while.
Yeah.
That's how comfortable he looked. And it was one particular play where I watched him go through his reads. He went through his first read, it wasn't there. He went through his second read, it wasn't there. And then he saw the opening through his third read.
Yeah.
And he just threw to the spot. And by the time the receiver came out his cut, the ball was on its way. And those are the things you have to do in this offense. It's a timing thing. And, in the SEC, as the competition gets, tougher, those things are going to be very important.
Well, the windows are so small.
Right. Absolutely. You got guys like me closing it very quickly.
Very quickly. Hey, don't look at me so intensely, man, when you say things like that.
That interests me that you would say that. You come to this time of year.
Right.
It still juice you up a little bit?
You know what? Not really.
Not really.
I got to be honest with you. When you start getting closer to 50, it's you come to reality and understand, it's a young man's game. But I'm just a fan now, and I enjoy watching. I enjoy watching these guys just compete and try to take themselves to the next level.
Well, and one of the things you and I talked about is because, one thing that's so special about this Tennessee thing is it doesn't matter if you played like you played on a national championship team. Obviously, you're celebrated. But even if you played like in lean years, you're a part of this.
Right.
And you're celebrated.
Right.
And you're always celebrated.
Right.
And you're always welcome back. And this thing that went on like in the offseason with Nico, and he's just a symptom of this deal. But, man, I feel sorry for that kid. I feel sorry for all these kids that jump around.
It's a different ball game now. I mean, it's just a different day, and we have to accept it for what it is.
Yeah.
As far as Nico, I hate that he left. And I wish the young man nothing but the best. I still think he's going to play on Sundays. He has that kind of ability and that kind of talent. But sometimes you have to look at the big picture. And I think it was a big picture play versus a monetary play. And like I say, I don't know much about it. Don't know all the details, but it's almost disrespectful for us to keep talking about Nico, to be honest with you, to the guys that are in the locker room playing that quarterback position.
Well, the thing that's crazy about the Aguilar guy is you watch his teammates.
Right.
It looks like he's been there 3 years with them.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said for that because that kid had to come in here and win the trust of those guys. And we all know wide receivers, it's hard to win those dudes over.
Very much so because they all want the ball. And we know
every
that,
one of them.
every last one of them.
Yeah.
But he's, when you hear his story and what he's been through to get to Tennessee, it all makes sense. And I think Josh's story is very, very similar to his. So Josh has a better understanding than you and I probably could of what this kid has been through. But just to watch him play, watch his poise, and he's played a lot of football over the last few years too, and that makes a big difference. So coming in and winning guys over what probably wasn't as hard for him as it would be for a younger guy because he's been around a lot of football. But I think he's done a great job so far, and I'm just wishing him nothing but the best.
Al, the one thing that I really feel sorry for young men, they're robbed of something that I'm sure that you have. It's been over 25 years since you played here.
Right.
But there's a brotherhood and a camaraderie between you and your teammates that no one can ever take away. It's always going to be there.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids are not going to be able to experience that.
You know what? If you're absolutely right. I talk to a lot of my old teammates. I'm a lot closer to my college teammates than a lot of my pro teammates.
That's interesting.
And I played with them much longer at the pro level. Yeah. But the camaraderie that you create and the bonds you build when you're young, it literally lasts a lifetime. It really does. And I think these kids can still do that, but the key is not to let the money be the deciding factor, right? So if a certain school is going to pay you more than the other, but I get a better vibe at Tennessee, better energy, I feel better there, you can't put a price on that. So that means everything, and that's kind of the things that I try to tell these young men because the money comes and goes, but the memories and the energy that you get from where you are is what's going to determine, the future for you.
What percentage of kids do you think that message gets across to?
Now, because we're so new to NIL, 15 to 20%.
That's
maybe.
right.
Very, very small number. But over time, I think as things start to progress and these kids start to see, okay, this is probably not the best decision for me to take $100,000 more just to leave. And I've been here for 2 to 3 years, created a legacy here. It just makes sense.
The thing also is those agents and those handlers, everybody thinks their kid's playing NFL football.
Right.
They all do.
Right.
And as you and I both know, the
small
percentages are.
Well, and not only that, they may be good enough to play at the next level.
That's right.
But there's only so many jobs that open up every year in the NFL. So you either have to come in and be extremely talented and make plays from day one, because it's a lot of good football players that are sitting at home right now just because there's not enough spots.
You know, one of the things I knew about Tennessee in the offseason, they had that hiccup with Boo Carter kind of when he disappeared, you know. And they policed that internally. The kids did.
Right.
Which I think is a really good sign for a football team.
Yeah. Well, the coaches
shouldn't have to do that.
Yeah. The coaches have enough on their plate as it is.
Yeah, that's right.
So trying to keep an eye on you 24 hours a day is impossible.
No.
So it's definitely up to the team, to the players, to the leaders to step up and police themselves. And, you know, sometimes you may have to go against the grain and your teammates may not feel the same way about it. But I've always told these guys that are, you know, coming up leaders that sometimes you have to be willing to stand alone as a leader.
Like
and
in your
what it is.
Like in your day, right? A guy goes off the reservation, and you're a leader of the team. People told me that played with you, they're afraid of you. Okay?
No, I think
like a Will Overstreet.
Yeah.
Those people, you know, like.
Well, they were young guys.
I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Because he's a kid, right? He's like, I didn't want to face Al.
Yeah.
You know, I'm watching the film. You know, he's a guy that. But from your perspective, like the way to lead, like there's several different ways you can get verbal with somebody.
Right.
The thing I like about football is it's a physical sport by nature, and guys down through the years have pushed and shoved each other around when it's time.
Right.
It's an interesting thing,
well,
isn't it?
Well, I look at it this way.
Yeah.
I couldn't – Sean Ellis, if he decided he wanted to fight me, I probably couldn't whoop him, right?
Right.
6'4", 6'5",
right.
300 pounds. But I can get his respect, and that's the difference. I'm not trying – I don't want you to be scared. I want you to respect me. And the only way I gain respect is to go out and prepare myself every day, even on the days I don't feel like it, to push everybody to try to stay at that same level. And to be a championship team, you need that. You got to have it.
I like this Heupel guy.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would.
Yeah.
Like 5 years. I thought it was
Right.
a gimmick in a game.
Right.
The way they've done what they've done with proving I can score a bunch of points, and then last year proving I can beat you defensively. This
Right.
guy's really shown a lot.
Yeah. Well, he's grown as a coach. I'm pretty sure he's grown as a coach, just thinking things through. But, you know, offense sells tickets, but defense wins championships. You know, it's simple and plain. If you can't play good defense, it doesn't matter how many points you can score. And I think Josh gets that. And he's embraced that. And a great defense and great defenders to go along with some amazing offensive players, it's a recipe for success. And I think Josh he understands that. And being a former player and playing at a high level also gives him an edge too, because, you know, he understands the mood of the locker room and what to say, when to say it, and how to say it.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've had guys here the kids don't respect. They respect this guy.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
You know what? Going back to what you said earlier, when Phillip left, it literally was I was rooting for every coach that came.
Sure.
And when they picked Josh, I was like, I'm tired of rooting. I'm going to just let it play out, and it is what it is. And literally Josh came in and he won me over, he won everybody over, just from his demeanor. And then, you know, guys respected him, and they go out and play hard. And that's the most important part.
Well, what's crazy is by that point, I thought to myself, and you're probably the same way, in 3 years we'll be getting another one.
Yeah.
That's what it was. That's what it became.
Yeah. We had about a decade or so of uncertainty for sure. But I think he came in and stabilized the program, along with Danny White, Donnie Plowman, president of the university.
The leadership's great.
Yeah, the leadership did a great job of just stabilizing everything. And now, you know, we're on the trend up, and that's kind of where you want to be.
It's like your Colts, Bino. You get bad leadership.
Yeah.
Like my Eagles have great leadership. That's why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I got to agree with that.
They're gold standardy right now, man.
It's only a couple of teams at that next level that really get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Josh talks about a player-driven program, that absolutely is not coach speak. That's the real thing from what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Give us a few more examples for those of us who haven't been in that environment. Do you see that in this program, and what are the things that you see?
Well, I'll give you an example. I'm not going to call any particular player out, but when I was playing here, it literally was if coach needed me to talk to somebody, instead of him going to talk to the player or calling him into the office, Al, I need you to go talk. I'm thinking I'm in trouble because, you know, I'm summoned to Coach Former's office. You know, I'm like, damn, what did I do? But I get there, and he's like, hey, I need you to talk to such and such. And it literally is me grabbing a few guys together, and we're going to talk to them. And just telling them how much we need you. We need everybody on the field on Saturday because if we're trying to win, we need all our good football players to be available. And guys understood that and bought into it.
It's really an amazing thing. And now Al's got a product. Al Wilson's hard-hitting tee, available for your tailgating needs. It's a great time of the year, man.
It is, man. It's great.
It's an awesome time of the year.
It is.
Come on now.
It's such a great thing to actually have something I'm passionate about, something I feel good about, something I love drinking. I grew up drinking sweet tea, and we just found a way to spike it. You know what I mean? We found a way to spike it and make it taste like good sweet tea. And that's what it is. It's just a homemade product and brewed in small batches, right in Sevierville, 6.5% alcohol, premium wine base, just completely different than anything that's on the market.
And Al, you're going to be, it's available here at Calhoun's on the River today if you want to give it a shot.
Absolutely. It goes good with barbecue, by the way.
Uh-oh.
It goes real good with barbecue.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Absolutely.
What is your sense of this Tennessee team, Al, going forward? When you look at these guys, because I saw a lot of promise last week, but I'm encouraging fans to kind of pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Because we're going to play in the SEC.
Right. Well, I think we're going to be okay. I think people aren't giving the team enough credit for the team they played last week. A lot of the top teams in the country played a lot of cupcake games.
Yeah.
A lot of easy games. And, Syracuse is going to be a good football team. They got some good football players on that side. So I feel like it was a quality win, and a lot of guys got a chance to play, which is most important because at some point injuries will occur. Guys are going to have to step in. Your numbers call. You got to step up. So I feel like we're in a great place. I like where we're ranked. There's not a lot of pressure on us right now.
No.
We're kind of flying under the radar.
Yeah.
And it just gives us an opportunity to continue to grow week in and week out.
That freshman from Georgia last week that stepped that cornerback that went out there and that Redmond kid, he looked.
Listen.
Dude, his arms are so long.
Yeah.
Big corner.
Yeah.
I love big corners, man.
I've watched that game probably 3 times now.
Yeah.
Just kind of watching film almost.
Yeah.
And it really was impressive to watch our secondary play. And obviously, when McCoy comes back, they'll give us another piece. We'll have enough depth if guys can stay healthy to compete. But it was a great start last week, and I was very excited about what they did.
Al, we were laughing. Earlier in the week, they broke 10 passes up.
Right.
We used to go 5 football games and we used to not turn around and look at the ball.
Yeah.
These guys are.
Yeah.
These guys are locked in, man.
Yeah. That's ability and coaching. Obviously, coaching has played a major part. Guys in the right place at the right time. Guys are communicating when they need to. And I've always said if we're communicating, even if we're playing the wrong defense, but if we're all playing the wrong defense, we still got a chance. Yeah. And that's the most important part.
Al, how are you still involved in the game?
Well, just as a fan, that's it.
That's awesome, man.
That's it.
That's awesome, dude.
I just really, love sitting back on Saturdays and Sundays and just watching, but it's a little different for me watching than it is, for some other people because I'm looking at formations and, stuff like that. I'm breaking it down like I'm watching film. So, but it's still enjoyable just to see the evolution of the game and the players, how big and fast they are now. I mean, it's just a fun thing to watch.
Any interaction with young players? Any camp type stuff?
Well, every now and then I do a camp or two. I have some guys that train some young guys, and I talk to them occasionally. So more and more I'm getting back around the game, though. I kind of drifted away from the game. My career ended a certain way, and you have those feelings as a human being.
Oh yeah.
And you just want to get away from it for a while, and that's kind of what happened for me. But the last few years I've been locked in and enjoying the game again.
Jason Swain told me, he said, our sport is so unique because it's inside all of us when we're kids growing up.
Right.
He said, and the camaraderie you get in that locker room.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're in high school, middle school, among your teammates. You play with them afterwards, you hang with them. He said the thing about the game is, though, he said, because he's got injuries that still follow him from playing college ball. He said, you play till your body doesn't cooperate anymore.
Absolutely.
That's tough, man.
That's
what happened to you because your body, when your body goes.
Yeah. Your mind tells you can still go, but your body says no. And, your body is what pays the bills.
It's a tough sport, man.
It's a tough sport. It is. I'm excited they've taken a lot of the hard hits and stuff out of the game, to be honest with you. I know
We're not here to kill each other, man.
Well,
let's live to see 60.
Speak
you know.
for yourself. You know what I mean? Speak for yourself. Yeah, I'm here to do some. I'm here to do some damage. You know. Yeah. But I'm actually excited because guys are bigger, faster, stronger now. So.
You in this current game they play, this video game football thing, okay?
Yeah.
How would you have fit? How would young Al fit in this deal?
Probably.
Would he have fit?
I would fit, but I would probably miss, the first half of the next game, because I got kicked out for targeting. I was taught to see what you hit, so I put my head right there and I saw what I hit. But now it's a different game. But obviously you have to adjust. But that was part of my game, the physicality.
That linebacker deal today. That's got to be the hardest position to play because they get these guys in space.
Right.
They work off mismatches.
Right. It is. It's tough. But that's why now the backers are shorter, faster, kind of like my generation of linebackers. I feel like my generation was like the first smaller, faster linebackers. And now it's, now it's thing.
In your deal, it filtered down from when Jimmy Johnson went to the Cowboys.
Right.
And he put those small guys out there, and everybody said, you can't do that.
Yes.
They're going to get run over.
Yeah.
And they didn't get run over.
No, not at all. I mean, if you have the mentality, right, to take on a 320-pounder and you think you can win, then you can win.
Also, what did you think? Alabama last week got run around. Their linemen are too big. That's a thing right now.
You know what? I hadn't seen Alabama play, to be honest with you. I didn't get a chance to watch their film, but
it would freak you out.
They're in a tough situation right now. They're in a tough situation, and do I think they can dig out of it? Yes. But it's going to be tough moving forward because they're in the SEC, man, and every week you got to come to play now. There are no cakewalks in this league anymore.
Al, on the way out, man, I just love you. I appreciate you. So you just have the reverence that we feel for you.
I appreciate it.
The reverence people feel for you.
Love.
The way you represent. And I've often said, like, looking at you right now, and I mean this, when I think football, I think of you. I just think Al Wilson.
That's cool. That's pretty damn cool, man.
I'm serious, man.
That's pretty cool.
I'm serious. And Bino will tell you, I don't pop for just anybody. I told people, I said, I talked to him for like a half hour that one day you and I were talking. And I said, man, the rest of the day, and I've been hurting with my back and all that, and I got the ice on me today and everything else. But the rest of the day, I said, man, I went harder that day. Like you could be a motivational speaker, man.
Man, I appreciate that. Absolutely. But I'm selling tea right now.
I'm selling
tea. I'm selling tea, baby.
And you are. So tell the living listener where they can find your tea, how they can get it.
Yeah.
And it's available here at Calhoun's today if you want to try it.
Yeah, it's here at Calhoun's. Publix on campus actually has it. Most of the Food City locations carry it. A lot of the restaurants here, liquor stores, Bob's, McScrooge's. We're in a ton of locations right now. You can go to hardhittingtea.com or you can go to the Hard Hitting Tea Instagram page, and it'll have the locations there for you as well where you can get it.
Al Wilson, you're the man. I love you.
Man, thanks for having
me.
Thank
you, brother. I love him, man.
Appreciate it,
man. You have no idea. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, and we'll be in touch with you.
You.
Thank you, Al, so much. Bino, I got to catch my breath after that. We come back on the other side. I'm telling you right now, I don't like this guy. I love me some Al Wilson. I don't like him. I love him. As we continue with more, we're live at Calhoun's on the River today, breaking it down scientifically with you. And we continue with more on the other side right after this.
Guests appear on the TLD Logistics Hotline, online at tldlogistics.com.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a two-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted Grade A Grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Fall officially begins this month, so now is the perfect time to make sure your home's HVAC system is ready for the season ahead. Don't ignore the warning signs that your heating or cooling system is struggling or nearing the end of its lifespan. And if you need fast, reliable HVAC repairs, seasonal preventative maintenance, or want to invest in a new high-efficiency system, then call the trusted HVAC experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Whatever HVAC problems you encounter, our certified technicians will make a full assessment and then provide the best long-term solution to keep your home comfortable again all year long. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. Be sure to ask about our 10-plus year warranties that are 2 times longer than industry standards so you don't spend a cent on unexpected costs in the future. So call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morse here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club team start at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we are the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our trials last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care. I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth Only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the Triple Wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw Premium Vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Tony B here with the great Zakai Ziegler for
Hey,
Advent.
whoa. Tony, I got this. Hey, Tennessee, it's Easy here. Next time you have an electric issue at your home or business, call my friends at Advent Electric. With offices in Knoxville and Nashville, it's Mama's Easy approved.
You heard it from the most electrifying player in the league. Call the service professionals at Advent Electric, 865-588-0631. Online, adventelectric.com. Tell them ZZ sent you. TB back with you. Amachi Brooks getting ready to jump in here with us, Bino. And Al Wilson just put her arm around her. This is what I love about what we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
He said, I want to help you.
Yeah.
Al Wilson's putting his hands around Amachi Brook.
Let's see, we've got Al
and we're
Wilson.
getting ready to announce our Amachi tailgate here.
Al Wilson and Amachi Brook.
I mean,
I'm taking it that you don't believe in too much of a good thing.
I mean, come on here.
Blessed to be here.
Amachi
Oh my
Brook,
goodness.
I love you.
I love you.
You just hung out with royalty right there, Al Wilson, and he was giving it up for you.
I know.
And what'd you do?
What? That doesn't even make sense, honestly.
All right, Amachi Brook, for those not familiar, what does the Amachi program do as I celebrate you?
Oh, well, as I say every year, I have the most amazing job in Knoxville. I get the honor of meeting kids in the community, sometimes one or both parents in prison or jail, and our goal is to find a mentor for each of them, to go out, do life with them, have fun, see a movie, see a football game, just enjoying the beautiful city we live in.
My son's lovely girlfriend, Emma, has been serving as a mentor
Rock
for
star. Oh,
she's
over a year
I love her.
now. Yeah. She's
and
incredible.
she tells me that she gets more out of that relationship with that little girl, way more than she does with her relationship with my son.
Uh-oh.
All right, so our football game this year is going to be when? Talk to me.
Oh, my goodness. It's November 15th.
November 15th.
Yes.
I am so excited. And what do we need our listeners to do? Because you're going to have something for the blog for Monday.
Yes.
I want to encourage people to check us out at tclub.team. On the blog on Monday, our special announcement, we need what?
I need UT tickets, my friends, for the November 15th game. And I always say every year, it's one of those things I just become so worried because we've got so many kids.
I get so worried.
We've got so many mentors.
Yep.
We've got just a big crowd of people that we're serving. But somehow, Tony, with your assistance and your listeners, we make it happen every single year.
I called Bino last year, and I said, Bino, we're not going to get these tickets. And Bino, what'd you tell me?
I tell you, too, the same thing I tell you every year. You're two of the most talented people I know, but this ain't you.
You're right.
This is God.
You are right.
And Al looked at her and he said, hey, look, he said, I want to help you because God's showing me what's really important in this world. And I met you for a reason. I mean, that just happened. Did that just happen?
It just happened.
I mean, I'm like, all right. So that's why Al Wilson came here today.
Who says we don't do anything important, Tony? Who
Huh?
says we don't
well,
do
I don't,
anything
you know,
important?
I'm just a guy doing a radio show. What do I know?
Hey, you're facilitating it. You're making it happen.
I
we
love-
know who's on the back seat of it, though.
You know what? You know, at the end of the day, you and I have something in common. We love our community.
Yes.
First time I met you, first time I interfaced with your organization, we've been going strong for 10 years now. The Keith Hatfield Memorial tailgate with Amachi is going to be when?
November 15th, guys, 4:15 game. I'm so excited.
November 15th. And the other thing is we're going to get good weather that day because we always do.
Amen.
And I want to shout out the folks in Nashville. They kind of want to remain nameless, but they bought us a spot in Tailgate, Tennessee every year. I want to shout out Brad from Calhoun's. They step forward and give us a world-class tailgate. Brad does every year. I want to thank them. They're incredible. My friends at Alumni Hall.
Incredible, everybody.
You know, Beth Parks and those folks, she holds back stuff all year. She's like, Tony, I'm going to have a big box for you. Got to come get it. I'm going to have a big box. And those kids, when we give them that Tennessee, when I see your people that you have that thing staffed with, when those kids see that stuff, how great is it?
Oh, it's the best feeling ever.
I mean,
it's my favorite day of the year.
And then another thing that happens is people that give their tickets to this tailgate for Amachi Brook, they'll come to the tailgate and won't go to the game, but will show up, Bino, and see these kids. And they tell me it is like it's like one of their favorite blessings of the deal.
It is a blessing. For anyone that's involved with it, it's a blessing.
If folks want to get involved with your program, what does it entail? Talk to me.
So we really try to meet everybody where they're at. Volunteering it's hard. It's not easy. Your time is your most valuable commodity. I'm always aware of that. But we ask for 4 to 6 hours a month, guys. I spend that watching Netflix. I think most people might spend that on their phone even.
Yes.
This is so much more impactful. Our tagline is 1 friendship, 2 lives changed, and I can attest to that.
Yep.
And I think that what we really would love for you to do is if it's not for you, tell your friends, tell your family, find someone that could be a mentor. I've got 80 kids on the wait list right now. 80 kids. And so I think the best way to do that, it'll be on your blog. I'll put a little link to our website.
Absolutely.
Give me a call. I'd love to just have a conversation, see if it's a good fit for you.
Brooke, I love you. I'm going to feed you. We're going to feed you now. It's
I
time for you to
both.
get something to eat. Amachi Brook, our game. That's the UTEP. What game is that?
That's New Mexico State.
Thank you. I'm a real detail-oriented guy. Amachi Brook, love you, hon.
Love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And you'll read more about it on Monday, but that is our tailgate for the kids of Amachi. It is absolutely tremendous. It is outstanding. It is a beautiful thing. And go visit with my buddy Al Wilson over here, who's unbelievable, Andy Mack. So, Bino, we went from rapper Andy breaking it down scientifically to Amachi Brook. To Al Wilson, to Amachi Brook, the range on this show. And to see those two get together, and Al's telling her, hey, look, I think I've been looking for something like you. I mean, that's pretty cool, Bino.
Yeah,
I ain't going to lie to you.
No, that's great, Tony. That is great.
So,
as you said, it's the best thing that we do. It's my favorite thing that we do.
This thing is so special. So special. Being down here is so special. These football weekends are so special. Meeting a new face. I just met a guy from Florida who said, hey, look, you guys are my lifeline. Hanging out.
Yeah.
And people that do what you do, Tony. And I'm like,
wow.
That's kind of a humbling thing, man.
It is, absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Seeing all these people with the Vol Navy. Let's go back to the phones now without further ado, because that's what Bino wants to do. Bino wants to go back to the TLD Logistics phone lines. Shout out to my man Jim Peters and Bino's peeps. And if you want to get in with us, order lunch. Go right there and order lunch and tell them it's on Brad. Lunch is on Brad today, Amachi Brook. Brad wants to buy you lunch. Yeah. Go right here to the bar, right in the front there. She'll take care of you. Let's go to the phones and get our next call in. Hello and welcome. You're on the air.
How you doing, Tony?
There you go.
Hello, Bill.
That's the range of the show. That's what I'm talking about. The range of this program. So now we've gone from Andy, who broke it down scientifically with a rhyme, to Al Wilson and his hard-hitting tee, right on over to Amachi Brook and our announcement, and now Titans Bill. Bill, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I want to talk about the upcoming season for the Titans. Tony, I get this gut feeling it's going to be another disappointing one. And here's who I'm predicting that will win that division in the AFC South. I like Houston.
The Colts, right, Bino?
Colts, right?
Colts are winning that division, big boy. Colts are winning that division.
Indianapolis, and to bring up the rear, the Titans.
I'll tell you this about the Titans, though. I think you've got the right piece at quarterback. I think that kid's going to be a nice NFL quarterback. And in that league, no quarterback, no chance.
No, that's right.
Right? At
That's
the end
right.
of the day, like you guys are in that spot right now.
We've got Indiana Jones. What are you talking about?
No quarterback, no chance. Or you can do what the Eagles did, and you can take a guy that's a great uber leader and put incredible pieces around him. Jalen Hurts does not get the credit he deserves for everything he brings to that position, Bino. And I'm talking like, if you were to look up intangibles in the dictionary, he does not have the strongest arm in the world. He doesn't for an NFL quarterback. He's got every other intangible oozing out of him, though. What do you think of Hurts, Bino?
No, I think he's a winner. I've thought he was a winner since he was at Alabama.
Does this surprise you that he's doing this at the NFL level?
Yes.
Because it surprises me.
Yeah, no, it does, because I wasn't sure that he could. I thought you had to be able to throw the ball a little better than he does to play championship football in the NFL for sure.
Yeah. So it's, I'm watching the way Al Wilson interacts with people.
Yeah.
I love him.
Oh, I do too.
Does he look like he's acting big time to you?
No.
Not in the least.
No.
Not even a little bit. That's a real guy right there. Titans, Bill, anything else for us? Because you've added a lot, my brother.
Okay, one prediction I'm going to make. I'm going to disagree with you two. I'm going with Michigan, Oklahoma, and Kyle Blackburn. If you're still there, my nephew Jesse put on another one of his great A1 quality performances. Tony, that was the best news anchoring I've seen him do last night. Man, he was entertaining.
Have we gotten, Bino, have we stretched the band out far enough so far? The range here from Andy to that, and now
the excellence never ends.
We've got a Jesse report. We're breaking down a Jesse report. Hey, Bill?
Yeah.
Thank you for the call. Thank you for the call. You're out of here. Stick a fork in him. 865-200-5402. I don't even know where to begin. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to end.
The range of the show.
So great, man. So great. So great. I'm pretty fired up. I'm pretty focused. And I'm pretty prepared, Bino. And now, how long do I have to get my picks into you?
Till 5 o'clock Eastern, Tony. 5 o'clock Eastern. Hard deadline.
Do you believe I'm going to do it?
No. I'm assuming
I'm going to make it.
Put your picks in after I come back from Oak Ridge, Lenore City.
I'm going to make it. I'm absolutely going to make it. I want to shout out my friends at VIP Play real quick. Listen, my friends at VIP Play want to remind you that with the college football weekend upon us, they've got you covered. They're going to meet the moment with the NFL weekend as well. They've got so many incredible, excellent opportunities for you, and they've got a ton of specials. They've got a ton, and I mean a literal ton of specials for you as well this weekend over at VIP Play. And the truth is, look, we know you can go to a lot of spots. They know that as well, that you can go to a lot of spots with which you want to, get a few dollars on a game. With VIP Play, you're going to be treated like a VIP because everybody gets treated like a VIP with VIP Play, and they're going to take incredible care of you. They've got the game tomorrow, Bino, at 48.5. They're taking action on the Tennessee game. Now, where are you on that, Bino? What if I made you play aside Tennessee 48.5 tomorrow, Bino. Where you going?
Is that the game or our team total?
That is the line in the game.
Oh, I'm going over that.
Do you think
we're going to score that?
Will we win by more than 48.5?
Oh, no.
That's the line. Game line.
All right. I thought that
game
was
line.
the total. I thought
game
that
line.
was total.
Game line.
No, that's a little steep.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah, it's a lot of points.
Most books aren't going to give you a line on these games.
Right.
They are giving you a line so you can get in there. In fact, they're doing it with all 12 games. They were the first book in the state to release lines for all 12 Tennessee games. Just showing you how they roll. If you have a gambling problem, 800-889-9789, 21 and over, located in the state of Tennessee, to place a bet. 865-200-5402 is my number. If you want to get in the hunt and in the mix with us, Titans Bills fired up, focused, and prepared. Sounds like he's really locked in on the Tennessee football weekend himself.
Yes. Tennessee football Sunday.
I mean, it's
okay. It's all right.
As we take a brief timeout and continue with more right after this.
Are you stuck in a dead-end job or ready for a new challenge? Do you feel like it's time to try a new career? Well, it's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. My friends at TLD Logistics have some really exciting opportunities for you to learn a new skill. With a new 5-acre driving academy that's now under new leadership with all new course material. And the best part, it's absolutely free. What a great deal to set you on the road to higher pay. And TLD Logistics even offers weekly stipends to offset food and gas expenses. In 6 weeks' time, you could complete this course and be in compliance with FMCSA regulations. Then you're ready for the open road of opportunity. What are you waiting for? It's time to change lanes with TLD Logistics. Visit tldlogistics.com. That's tldlogistics.com. TLD Logistics.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
VIP Play coming soon. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 plus and located in Tennessee to bet.
TB here for Cedar Bluff Plumbing, a live and local company that's been serving our area for over 32 years and counting because every customer counts, and I mean no job is too small. Cedar Bluff Plumbing just voted #1 by City View magazine because multiple plumbing experts are on call to serve all your plumbing needs. Chances are there'll be a plumber in your area when you call, and they won't send some salesman to your house. You're going to get a high character, trustworthy, highly trained plumber who will serve you, not like some of these guys that look like they came off the set of America's Most Wanted. Cedar Bluff Plumbing is Basilio tested and approved and will go the extra mile for you because Chucky Mack is a servant of the people and my consigliere to the throne, celebrating over 32 years of serving living volunteers. Cedar Bluff Plumbing. Call 588-4448. That's 588-4448. Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Basilio here, and you know my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from B. Online at carnesmotor.com. Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company.
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Basilio here reminding you that when you want to sell your extra tickets to the game, you don't want to give your life away online with all your personal information just because you want to sell a few extra tickets. Clark Moore at Select Ticket Service will gladly buy your extra game tickets and your extra parking passes. And the best part? Clarky Boy pays cash. 865-919-1016. 865-919-1016. Clarky Boy pays cash at Select Ticket Service. Clarky Boy pays cash.
My Lady Vol soccer team, Bino, hasn't been scored upon this year of the great Joe Kirk.
Dang.
And Dan just handed me this. He gave me a Lady
I saw
Vol
that.
soccer
Looks good.
scarf. Thank you, my brother. You're a good man, brother. Thank you.
Dan's always coming with
I
gifts.
love him. That day that he went, when we had Roger's birthday party,
yeah,
and he went and bought all those pens,
yeah,
and for Roger to get all those autographs from all those people that read it, and bought him a helmet,
yeah,
I said, that's my guy right there.
Amen.
All right, so we're going to go back to the phones. Hey, Bino, there was out here another legend. He just left. Jack from Wartburg was here, Bino.
Get out of town.
No, it's like Legend Day here, man.
You got to be kidding
It
me.
is Legend Day. Let's go back to our phones. Live at Calhoun's on the River, I want to remind you, all weekend long, your Fountain City Ramblers will be playing music out here tonight. If you're out and about and you get an opportunity, and if I'm feeling like it, I might just come down here and plug in and play a few songs. I haven't been playing with my back thing I'm going through, but
you need to, Tony.
I need to get out and play, Bino.
Therapeutic.
I feel you. I feel that. I feel you. Let's go back to the phones. 865-200-5402. Let's bring Taylor in here, who's up next with us. Taylor, break it down scientifically for me.
What do you say, Bino? What do you say, Tony? I'm sure it's a beautiful afternoon on Calhoun's.
Yep. Hey, T, if I wanted to melt the transmitter, okay, I would have brought Vitello out here with Al Wilson. Me, Bino, Vitello, and Al Wilson sharing the microphone at one time. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that, T?
I hope you can convince Coach Vitello. Do you remember, I don't know, maybe it was 2 years ago, where he joined your Garza post-game show after the Tennessee-Florida calls. It was absolutely outstanding. It was so next level. I don't think many of the callers really understood or believed that was Coach Vitello. It was next level, Tony.
Bino, Vitello was on the post-game show with us, and the callers thought it was a bit. I had a guy call me the next day, and he said, man, that guy sounded just like Tony Vitello. I said, moron. That was Vitello. What do you mean it sounded like him? I wouldn't have.
Well, you never know with clone.
No, you
that's
never
right.
know with the clone.
That's
a good
right.
point. That's a good point.
But, yeah, that was next level. But talking about Al Wilson, Tony, I had the distinct privilege to attend a few Tennessee practices back in the glory days. And I'll tell you, I was scared on the sideline when Al Wilson walked by. I just wanted to say yes, sir, to him. You talk about a grown man back then when he was a junior and senior in college, and a man that you did not want to cross. He was a absolute epitome of coach, captain on the field. Tennessee doesn't win a national championship without the great Al Wilson.
Amen. No, there's no question. No
I,
question.
guys,
He was the driving force behind the national
Will
championship.
Overstreet told me one time, he said, I was a freshman on that team. He said, man, you did not want to look at him when they were grading your film and you weren't grading out well. You just didn't want to look. He said it wasn't like he was going to do something to you. He said, but he just had a presence about him.
Yeah.
And he still has that presence, by the way, Bino.
Yes, he does.
Well, it's amazing because, yeah, he definitely had an aura and a presence like no player I've ever seen. But what's amazing is it sure sounds like he is a heck of a gentleman. He certainly bleeds orange, and it sounds like he couldn't be a more upstanding, great person, which is just great to hear and great to see.
I'm extremely excited that he sort of re-entered the picture here, so to speak, and he's just an exemplary dude. He really is. He really is, and he's a credit to Vol Nation. There are so many guys. Like I was talking about Jason Swain before. When I look at what Jason Swain has done for Ben McKee, and I look at people like him with the heart of Swaney, and people that live for others and want to help others, man, that just melts my heart to be a part of all this.
Well, you gave Swain a studio and a platform when he was at his lowest, or certainly at a valley in his life. But I'll tell you that Ben McKee, yeah, Swain's great people, but McKee certainly sounds like an outstanding person, and it's great to see Vol Nation support Mr. McKee and his family as well deserved. And Vols take care of Vols, Tony. You know that.
Oh, it never ceases to amaze me. It's kind of like this thing that we're going to do with the Amachi tailgate game coming up. Invariably, I'll call Bino, all freaking out because we're 50 tickets short or 60 tickets short or whatever it is, and Bino will go, Tony, we do this every year. And we do this every year, right, Bino? Because I'm
Yes.
a warrior by nature.
Yes.
I'm a warrior by nature. And Bino's like, Tony, this ain't you. And it ain't Brooke. And it ain't Vol Nation. And God's not going to let you down here. And you know what? I've come to see it. I believe it.
Bino's got that calming, big picture perspective. He gets it not just on Vols and Big Orange Nation, but he gets it in general. I'll brag on old Bino a little bit, but Tony, you said many times, let's not take for granted these few Saturdays that we're going to get. Certainly the Fridays at Calhoun's are just next level, but my goodness, the absolute palace that is Neyland Stadium. We don't get too many of these special Saturdays in the late summer, early fall. So let's cherish it. Your interview with the new ETSU head coach, well, I tell you what, I can see why he's going to be successful. That guy was spot on. He gets it. And also David Blackburn, man, that guy gets it as well. It's amazing. Some of these coaches and administrators, they're just quality people, and looking forward to beating ETSU. But I agree with what you said on the way out. Let's keep it in the family. We should be playing UTC and ETSU. Let's keep it in the family for these bye games. But keep up the great work. I can't wait to see Tennessee run through the tee and take on the Buccaneers tomorrow in a beautiful pageantry of Neyland Stadium. GBO, Tony, keep up the great work.
Thank you, brother. It's a very special thing. And Richard, stay there. We're going to do a TLD Logistics Overdrive overtime, no doubt about it. The great Chase Thomas comes up next. Fan Run Radio. It's absolutely outstanding. Bow your head when you say thy name. I want to thank Al Wilson. I want to thank Amachi Brook. I want to thank Bino. I want to thank Gufan Moving and Storage, who sponsored Hugie today. The great Mike Hugan was with us. We will continue the conversation. I want to encourage you to check out our blog today. It's about 4,000 words over at tclub.team. Matt Dixon has a hate watch guide for you for tomorrow, which is absolutely outstanding. Brian's picking 6 games. I would fade him on about 5 of them, but who am I? In the meantime, we love you, and we'll continue the conversation. Peace.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
There goes the lane train. Lane train. There goes the lane train.
It's TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime, presented by
Connexio Kristen.
TLD Logistics. Online at tldlogistics.com. And
Shout
now
out
let's go to
Connexio.
the guys with today's edition of TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime.
Shout out Connexio Kristen. I had no idea she was here till I saw her a moment ago. Connexio Kristen, I love you. So I got to put some respect on your name. I got to put some respect on her name. Absolutely. What's up, my brother? How you doing, man? You looking good. You clean up nicely. You looking good, brother. 865-200-5402 is the numero uno, do. If you want to join us. I mean, we got my man Reese in the house today. The great Tom Marine. It's unbelievable, Andy. Billy Jarvis is here. It's like Legends Day. It's crazy. I met Jack from Wartburg a few minutes ago. He's no longer here, but Jack from Wartburg's an absolute character. Absolute character. Say he's going over to watch some Tennessee fall baseball. Said he has a few things to say to Vitello after last season. 865-200-5402 if you want to get in the mix with us. And I echo what Taylor said. Look, tomorrow's game's not about, matchups and this, that, and the other. It's about creating memories. That's what we do here every week at Calhoun's on the River. I had a guy say he come in from Florida for this today. And I say to him, are you crazy? Good seeing you, Dan. Thank you, brother. Thanks for the gift, man. Let's go to the phones. And we'll get in the mix and in the hunt with our next caller, who is Greg. Greg, welcome in. You're on our TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime. Hey, good to meet you, Wilmington. Good to meet you all. Good seeing you guys. Hello and welcome into the call. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony. How you guys doing?
Hey, Greg. It's a game weekend, my brother. How do you think we're doing? It's incredible.
Heck yeah. I wish I was up there with you, brother. I want to say thank you very much for bringing in Al Wilson. That man, I think back a lot about those years, championship year with the Volunteers, and how serious, how smashing, whatever adjective you want to use about that young man on the football field. And I keep thinking back to myself, all these years since 1998 and what we've seen between then and now, when are we going to get back like that on defense? Like, I'm going to tear your head off type playing defense. I love that man. I loved every guy on the team with him. It was so much fun watching them play. I loved it, man. Thank you much.
Greg, those guys were so good that we had no idea how good they were. You know what I mean? Like, that era was so good that we had no idea how good we had it till we didn't have it anymore.
I can't hardly hear you on the phone, but yeah, they were better than we realized back then. And what we've missed all these years, I'm telling you.
Yep. You're right.
I wish all the young fans could see what we're talking about. They would have their mouth flung wide open watching them guys play defense. I mean, it was a joy, and I'm so glad you had him on. Seems like a nice gentleman, and just like I figured he would be. And one thing before we get out of here, Jason Whitlock, who has a podcast, if you haven't seen the one from about 3 days ago, he put up about Alabama and they're loafing around and how they played. Everybody, I've never heard anybody say what he said, guys, but he called it the Alphabet Crew, if you know what I'm talking about. He called out the Williams kid as well, and he painted his fingernails. He said guys were so soft, and everybody needs to go back and see if they can watch that, because it was amazing to me what I watched on his podcast, what he said. And he's an Alabama fan.
Oh, really? And he's angry with them? So you're telling me that Williams kid's like the kid that plays for the Sixers. That kid that plays for the Sixers that they got from Duke last year, he paints his – I mean, not there's anything wrong with this, okay? You got to say that in 2025. He paints his fingernails and his toenails. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. You know, that's what we got to say now. What in the world? Is that really true? Does that Williams guy paint his fingernails, Bino, from Alabama?
Oh, I don't know.
He said Whitlock was cutting a promo on him. Isn't that what you said, Greg?
He had a picture. He had a picture on his podcast of the Williams kid. Yeah.
Paints his fingernails?
Everybody
That's
needs
incredible.
to go back and watch it.
Wow. You're the man, Greg. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Go
Greg
Vols.
brought it. Here you go. Go Vols, back to you.
Go Big Orange.
865-200-5402. If you want to get in the hunt and in the mix with us today on the programma, the show of legends, Bino, give me a couple games this weekend. Because the thing they do with this East Tennessee State game is, how do you talk about it? What are we going to say here? You have anything about the game you want to say? Because I've had trouble all week coming up with things to say about that game.
Yeah, no, I mean, the only thing about this game is it gives you an opportunity to help an in-state program.
Yes.
Monetarily. You know, it's an opportunity for people to come to the stadium that might not otherwise get a ticket to.
That's right.
So those are the pluses to this weekend. And you go out there as Tennessee, and you just want to work on your depth and make sure no one gets hurt. And that's all that's truly important about this weekend. Go into Georgia as healthy as you can be with people with as many reps as they could have had.
The truth is, like, I asked Brian, he calls right now. He says no. That is what these weeks do to you.
Yeah.
Because what are you going to say about it?
Yeah. And
you know, at the end of the day, and here's the thing that people who play at this level will tell you: when you're getting ready to play an SEC schedule, you need a couple breaks, and I believe that. Now they're going to go to 9 conference games. Oh, by the way, here's a little little nugget I've got. Within the next 10 days, the SEC is going to announce the 9-game schedule. They're going to announce that 3-rotator thing. That's my information. Within the next 10 days. You're going to see that within the next week and a half. Let's see if I'm right. When that happens, I want you to tell me right now, Beanstar, look into that crystal ball, and if you want to, use my head. You can use my head for a crystal ball because it's pretty close. Huh? If you want to, you can read my mind, Bino, if you look closely enough. There's not much of a hard drive there, by the way. Who will the 3 permanent opponents for the Vols be? Because they're going to announce it within 10 days. That's what I heard from a very good source.
I think Alabama and Vandy are locks, and after that, I think that they will probably give us one of Florida or South Carolina. That's what I think.
Billy Jarvis, who you got? He says South Carolina.
Wouldn't doubt it.
Mourinho, who you got?
Pete and repeat down there.
It's not going to be Kentucky. Not going to be Kentucky.
Well,
Kentucky knows it's not going to be Kentucky.
I don't think it's going to be Kentucky. If I had my choice, it would be Kentucky, just simply because they're a long-standing rival of ours. But I think they're going to try their best to get someone from an upper tier, someone from a middle tier, and someone from a lower tier.
Well, you know me, Bino. I'm a white flagger from back in the day. I want Vandy, I want Mississippi State, and I want Kentucky on that bad boy every year. Let's go. Quoting Andy.
Going back to what you were talking about, Tony, this East Tennessee State game, it's a game I understand, a game that I like.
Yeah.
And you're right. You can't just load yourself down every week. But what you don't need is 2 open dates, ETSU, UAB, and New Mexico State. That's 5 open dates. You don't need 5.
Hey, that UAB team, Bino, is getting ready to come in here. Those guys on Winners and Losers, which is up next, presented by our friends at Dos Equis, they were blowing my mind with some of the numbers that are going to be out there. This UAB team is one of the worst teams defensively it's ever stepped on a college football field. Now that is going to be a rough watch. Yeah. Apparently, they're bad. I don't know anything about them, but you are right. And that's the one thing the 9-game schedule is going to do, is going to get us out of that.
Get at least one of those out of there.
Yeah.
And that's all I ask. Get
and that
one
extra game is going to make all the difference in the world. Because if you took Tennessee's schedule this year and added a Texas to it, or you added an LSU to it, which is what you're talking about, it's going to make a world of difference. Back to the phones we go. By the way, do you share C's assertion that Mississippi State is the 5th toughest game on Tennessee's schedule? He says Mississippi State's number 5. That's how kind of easy the schedule is. And then we go back to our phones.
Well, from here, obviously Georgia, Alabama, Oklahoma, and at Florida are the 4 toughest games remaining on the schedule. Then after that, the 5th most difficult will either be that leaves you Arkansas at home or at Mississippi State. So, yeah.
I think he's right, because you're on the road.
Yeah, I would agree.
And last year's game's on the road. And those spots – now, here's another thing about the Heupel deal. Everybody says, well, Heupel has this thing where, you have a stinker on the road. Listen, that's major college football. You go on the road, you can lose. And in this league, it's difficult to win in somebody's building.
I agree, yes.
And I think it's pretty myopic to say, well, it's just our coach. When you're in the middle of the pack, kind of like Tennessee is, and I don't know what the rankings are right now. Who knows? But they're somewhere between 13 and 25 in the country, something like that right now, if I'm being honest with you. When you're in that realm, when you go on the road, you can lose to anybody. You could lose to Kentucky up there, right? Couldn't you? I mean, when you're on
yeah,
the road.
I mean, when I look at our schedule, and I know they're not very good, and I know we beat them every year.
Yeah.
But Kentucky's scarier for me than Mississippi State because of where they land on the schedule.
At the very end.
If you would have allowed them to pick a place on our schedule, you'd pick between a trip to Alabama and before Oklahoma comes in here.
That's right.
And they're laying in the perfect spot. I think Tennessee will be wide awake at Mississippi State, and if that's the case, I don't believe they'll beat us.
Back to the phones we go. Let's get Bogota, not in Columbia, in here. Bogota, followed by Rob in Dallas.
Tony B.
Hey, Bogota, welcome in.
And Bino, great to hear you guys today. And I got to say, having Al Wilson on was fabulous. He's one of my all. When you had that, who's your top 3 players of all time at Tennessee? He was one of them, hands down. I have a little story about Al Wilson. I was down there at Tom Black Track. They used to have the basketball goals set up, and coming off my AAU dominance, I wanted to see how the local talent fared. And I ran into Al Wilson. He was a couple ladies. And I said, oh, hello. And he, in his voice, how's it going? And I said, very good, sir. Thank you, sir. And he had a presence, and I know you felt it today. I could hear it through the radio. That guy has a presence when he shows up.
When he said he still likes to hit things, when he says he likes to still like to hit things, and he looked at me, I was like, please don't hit me right now.
It's beautiful.
There have been
Tony.
2 guys.
I hope you have him on regularly, if you can. Get that guy to come on your show whenever. He's a great interview. I like his perspective on things. He plays the game at both levels.
I know what Bino's getting ready to say. Go ahead, Bino. This is going to be really good.
Been
Listen
about
to this.
2 or 3 guys in the whole time that I've been doing this radio show with you that when I talk to them, I'm a little bit unnerved to talk to them. And Dale Jones and Al Wilson and Tony Vitello are the 3.
How about Kiner?
Oh, yeah, Steve Kiner. Yeah,
dude,
I mean, in that
Kiner
no,
guy.
That's right. Yeah.
That Kiner guy. When Bino and I talked to him.
That was at a Hardee's in
Yes,
Clinton.
it was. And his face when he was talking about the violence in football, I was like, they need to figure out a way to get it. He goes, get it out.
There's a difference in those, though. I mean, I wasn't afraid of Dale Jones or Al. I was afraid of Steve Kiner.
I thought Kiner was going to whip my candy rear end. No offense. I thought he was going to reach out and slap the hell out of me. No offense.
Hey, Tony, are we seeing Sanders back in the lineup this week? Are we at full strength mostly? A couple guys. I know the corner's dinged up.
I don't know.
But are we?
This is such a nothing game that I haven't even thought about
right.
it. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with Sanders this week. Surely he plays, right?
I think the intention is for Sanders to play this week.
Surely he plays.
You got to get him some rest.
Surely he plays.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm excited. I'm not going to go to the game. I got other stuff. I'm going to watch it, but I'm excited in a couple weeks for truly when Georgia comes in because I don't know, like you guys were talking earlier, I'm not sure this is going to be a true road game for that quarterback. And as we've seen, it doesn't matter what your name is or that you're a starting quarterback for a major team this year. That's no guarantee you're going to perform well. And I'll be interested to see Oklahoma Saturday night as well because I want to know if that guy's legit.
I want to trash talk those Georgia people next week. They're going to be out here. And I'm going to tell them, your quarterback's going to wilt tomorrow in Neyland Stadium. That's going to be my line to them. And until I see otherwise, and by the way, if you took the kid to Dollywood, he wouldn't be able to ride half the rides. That's the other thing I'm going to tell him. 2 things I'm going to they wouldn't even let him on the Mystery Mine. He's so little. He'd have to play on the teacups. and play in the
Hey, Tony,
kiddie pool.
Tony, this
And
question
then he'll go out there and put about 60 on us. Go ahead.
This question is directed to Brian. Brian Hartman, what do we have to do to get Tony to a spin class?
You're out of here.
Go.
You're out of here. Spin class. I don't paint my fingernails and my toenails, you clown. Let's go back to the phone. Spin class. Let's get Robin Dallas, who's up next with us. Robin Dallas, live at Calhoun's on the River. Hello.
Hey, Tony. How you doing, man?
Hey, Rob. Welcome in, brother.
Dude, I got to tell you, having Al Wilson on, hands down, my all-time favorite ball my entire life. You had the top three. He was 1, 2, and 3 for me. I'm sitting here. I'm so jacked up listening to him. I don't even drink, and I want to go buy his tea. So I was fired up, man. I love listening to that guy. That was just absolutely awesome.
What I love what he told Bino is, because Bino's like, you're still involved. He's like, no, I got kind of mad at the game. Like, in other words, because I know what happened to him. He got hurt. And I would imagine you've got to wrestle with that when you're playing at that level. I respect him telling us that. Very honest thing to say to somebody into an open microphone.
Yeah, I followed him all the way through the NFL. Like I said, he was my awesome. Just watching that guy on the field, I'm shaking talking about it. That's how much I think of him. He was amazing. Hey, talking about Boo, I think you put him on the field. I think you have to. But I think what you do is you bring in the guy that had a conversation with him, and the coach sits down with him and says, all right, you paid the price. You fought your way back. You're starting. Don't screw up. Because this ain't the last chance. This is the only chance. What's your opinion of that?
To me, I would let him return punts tomorrow. I'd let him, take one back to the house if you can. The thing they did last week, and I get it, of the putting a freshman back there and basically saying don't hurt us. In my mind, Bino, you got to turn Carter loose tomorrow, and I'd play him on offense too. By the way, tomorrow.
Now, see, I would hide him. I wouldn't put him on offense. I'd wait for Georgia.
I'd use it on film. I'd put something on film for them to look at.
Okay.
And use him as a decoy, Rob. And use him as a decoy in that game. But that's me. There are no right answers in that deal, and you probably have a better point than I do.
I don't know. I just want to beat Georgia. Does Al got any eligibility left?
Amen to that.
That's all I got, Tony, man. I just wanted to call and talk to you about that. I just
Hey, Rob, thanks. Thank you, Rob. Great talking to you. You're the man, buddy. Let's go back to our phones. Let's get Rusty in here on a TLD Logistics Overdrive Overtime Friday. Live today, Calhoun's on the River.
Beautiful having Al on. Thanks for doing that, Tony. Just one of the best. He's a year younger than me. Two hardest hits I took in my life. Dustin Moore sacked me in a high school game when we were juniors. In my senior year, I was running an open field, and Al Wilson appeared like an apparition out of nowhere. And I don't know what happened the rest of the ball game. Just good Lord, what a football player! My gosh.
And to this day, looks like a guy that you would not want to mess with. To this day, has that face, again, that just says football. Like, what sport did you play? Football.
His face screams all business, but when you talk
all
to
business.
Him, just great dude, but it's all business. My only question for you guys today, and I'm going to be super quick.
Yeah.
Like in basketball, where Coach Barnes has started paying attention to covering spreads, does Josh Heupel pay attention tomorrow and try to cover a spread, or is that not important?
That's a really, really, really great question.
I don't think that's a concern of his tomorrow, Rusty, because there's so few opportunities to play that, unlike most Saturdays, and it's an in-state school. He's not going to go out there and intentionally bludgeon them.
Perfect.
I'm just wondering for the whole computer, strength of schedule, the way that stuff matters now, at least in basketball.
Know. You know, Rusty, I don't think 1AA games, I don't even think they compute. I gotta check into that, because who knows, surely the way you perform in a 1AA game is not going to matter if you're on the line for a playoff game, right, Bino? Surely not.
It shouldn't. It should not. It should be appreciated the more you play your third stringers. Should be looked upon way better by the committee in that type of ball game than whether you won by 48.5 or not.
But you're right. Those college basketball coaches and Barnes in the last 4 or 5 years, they gimmick the system. That's exactly what they do. You have to.
Yeah, it can be the difference between being a third seed out west and a third seed in the south. It's utterly stupid that a game in December against Colgate matters to that, but it does.
When we go to a 16-team playoff, gimmicking the system's really going to be a thing. No doubt about it. It really is.
Oh, we're already getting close, man. When they broke out the whole strength of schedule thing is now going to be a higher component in the committee, everybody's going to be trying to find a way to not play tough teams or not play elite teams, but not play cupcakes. Play somebody who doesn't really threaten you, but on paper or in the computer they're okay. There's going to be so much gaming going on. Anyway, I kept you guys too long. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks,
Good
Rusty.
talking to you. I want to thank everybody involved. Al Wilson's great seeing you, man. Hugie, thank you. Brian Hartman, thank you. Laura, thank you. My friends at Calhoun's here on the river, we're back with you next Friday. My band is playing here tonight. I might come out and play with them for a little bit if you're out and about. You think I ought to, Bino?
Absolutely. I think that would be the best thing for your back. No, I'm serious.
No, I'm being because that would
get out and do it.
That would, being out here among people's lifted my
out and do
spirits
it.
a lot. And yeah, I'm really thinking about it. But special thanks to everybody involved. Tomorrow we're live as soon as the game goes final. And what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to celebrate that game. We're going to look ahead to Georgia, and we're going to have a little listener watch party. There's like 3 or 4 games in that window when the Tennessee game ends. Bino, how long will tomorrow's game take to play? Because that ETSU is not going to lay on the ground. Hopefully they run the clock and we get that thing in, I don't know, in under 5 hours after last week. Under 5 hours, Bino?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go quickie tomorrow. 3 hours and 10 minutes.
3:10.
3:10.
Is that a quickie, Bino? Wow.
Well.
Do tell. I mean, these games take forever.
Yeah.
You know what's amazing, too? Major League Baseball games take about 2 hours and 10 minutes now. They figured it out. 2:15, 2:20. Much better product.
It is for me sitting watching it at home. Yes.
Not even close.
Yes. Yeah.
And on the way out, Bino, that Framer Valdez thing that on Houston and Jalen Carter spitting in a guy's face last night, I don't know what's worse. But trying to injure one of your teammates in a baseball game could be one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Well,
that was the dumbest.
You better be very I know pitchers are big guys. You better be very selective at which catcher you decide to drill, your own catcher. Because most of those guys
are going to hurt you.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. They're not going to take that.
That guy took it. And that was bullying. I'm a big star. For those that don't know, on the way out, Framer Valdez with Houston, his catcher, they're playing the Yankees, shook him off.
Stood up and tried to get him back off the mound.
Tried to get him back off the mound. Basically stood up, and he threw the pitch anyway, and it ended up being a grand slam.
Yeah. He blamed him.
The very next batter comes to the plate.
Didn't blame himself for throwing a cookie.
Framer Valdez calls whatever, like a he gets this catcher manipulated to the point where he thinks a breaking ball's coming, and he drills him with a fastball on purpose. I've never in my life, I've been watching baseball since I was 7 years old, 51 years, any level, never, ever seen anything like that.
I'm sure it's happened, but I've never seen it, no.
And in a Major League Baseball game, that happened.
Yeah, never seen it.
And you're a Yankee fan and you're watching that, you got to feel violated looking at something like that. That's just awful. But anyway, to the living listener, I love you. I appreciate you. And Jalen Carter, you're a punk and a clown. And Dak Prescott, you're a punk and a clown. Until we meet again, for all those behind the scenes, love you, appreciate you. Come enjoy the Ramblers tonight. We'll be on with you tomorrow after the game. Love you, Calhoun's on the river. Winners and losers presented by our friends at Dos Equis. VIP play on the way next. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Basilio firing you up, focusing you, and preparing you for another college football weekend. It's Winners and Losers presented by our friends at Dos Equis. Shout out to our friends at VIP Play. More on VIP Play here in a second. But Dos Equis Lager Especial, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, everybody wants in on this show. No, I'm sorry, you're